Interpreting the parameters of a linear function that models a real-world situation. Henry is a software salesman. Let y represent his total. Let me see if I can focus this. There we go. Let y represent his total pay in dollars. Let x represent the number of copies of English is Fun he sells. Suppose that x and y are related by the equation 2,300 plus 70x equals y. Answer the questions below. All right. Now, first of all, we need to know what x and y represent. They say it right here, but I'm going to go ahead and write it to help myself out. Okay, so x is the number of copies of the book, and y is his total pay in dollars. Okay, so now that I know what x and y are, okay, I also have this equation 2,300 plus 70x equals y, which I'm going to rewrite just into the form I like a little bit better, just reorder it into y equals mx plus b. See how this one is y equals xm plus b? I just switched it around, so I'm more familiar with it. All right, now let's look at the questions. Note that a change can be an increase or a decrease. For an increase, use a positive number. For a decrease, use a negative number. What is Henry's total pay if he doesn't sell any copies of English is Fun? So we know, again, this is why writing down what our x and y represent is helpful. So we know x is a number of copies. So this is saying if he doesn't sell any copies, or if there are 0 copies, so in this problem x equals 0. And I want to know what his total pay y is. So I'm going to go ahead and plug x is 0 into my equation. So I get y equals 70 times 0 plus 2,300. 70 times 0 is 0, so 0 plus 2,300 is just 2,300. So his total pay is $2,300 even if he doesn't sell a single book. All right, number 2 says, what is the change in Henry's total pay for each copy of English is Fun that he sells? So this is talking about the change, or the rate of change, or the slope. So this one turns out to be our y-intercept, and this one's asking about our slope. So right here, I want to think about my slope is 7. Now, I like to think about slope as a fraction, so I'm going to put it over 1. Now, I got to think about it. Slope, we know the slope formula is this, and I see that my y's are on top of my x's, so 70 is y. So this is the total pay in dollars, because that's y, over the number of copies that he sells. So for every 1 copy he sells, he earns $70. So this says, what is the change in Henry's total pay for each copy he sells? So for every single copy he sells, his pay increases by $70. Now, we leave it positive because it's an increase, so it's a positive number. If he was losing money, we would use a negative.